Hello, everyone. We have some amazing news to share. You may recall those $2,000 stimulus checks that we have been waiting for. Well, they are finally on their way, and guess what? If you receive benefits from the Veterans Affairs VA or Social Security Supplemental Security Income SSI, you may also receive these checks. You're going to need extra assistance. We understand that waiting for money may be frustrating, particularly if you're depending on it to pay for critical costs. That's why we're here to make things simple for you. In this video, we'll go over all the pertinent information so you can be sure you know when to anticipate your payment. We've got you covered whether you're an elderly person, a disabled person, or a veteran. We'll walk you through the dates and explain what you need to do to make sure your money reaches your account safely. Senior citizens, federal beneficiaries, and Social Security recipients. Your $2,000 stimulus check is finally on the way after months of back and forth in Congress. Late in April, President Biden signed the $190 trillion American Rescue Act into law, allowing Social Security recipients to receive $2,000 in direct installments. Railroad retirement, SSDI, Virginia benefits, and other federal initiatives, according to the Internal Revenue Service's payment timeline, the 40-year high inflation has driven up costs on everything from groceries to medical bills, so the cash relief couldn't come soon enough. Next Monday, on May 27th, the first wave of $2,000 stimulus checks will arrive in bank accounts. Depending on the recipient's payment group, more payouts will continue through early June. Social Security recipients who are normally paid on the second Wednesday of each month should anticipate receiving their $2,000 on May 27th. In contrast, individuals who are paid on the third Wednesday of the month will receive their stimulus money on June 3rd. Depending on the date of birth, the dates for SSI and SSDI are divided into May 27th, June 3rd, and June 10th. Depending on normal pay schedules, Virginia beneficiaries and railroad retirement recipients should also see payments arriving on May 27th or June 3rd. However, there are still certain qualifying requirements on who will receive the full $2,000 payout versus to receive the entire stimulus. Your household's adjusted gross income for 2020 or 2021 cannot be less than $75,000 for single taxpayers, $122,500 for heads of household, or $150,000 for joint filers. Payments begin to phase down after those income caps, with singles and heads of household receiving $50 for every $1,000 over the threshold, and joint filers receiving $100 every $1,000 until there are no payments left. Other essential requirements include being a U.S. citizen, permanent resident, or qualifying resident alien seniors, and beneficiaries who ordinarily do not file taxes will receive payments automatically based on their current federal agency records. Holders of an identity theft insurance policy are ineligible. Total income below $80,000 for single filers and $160,000 for joint filers, and no dependency over the age of 17. The IRS will deposit the majority of payments directly into the bank account it has on file for prior stimulus rounds. Federal benefits or tax refunds. The IRS has reintroduced its Get My Payment online tracking tool and EIP payment info phone line for checking on any delays or concerns with stimulus delivery. Paper checks will be sent out by late June for individuals without direct deposit data on file. Scammers may start posing as the IRS and requesting personal information in order to release stimulus monies, so be cautious of any unsolicited calls, messages, or emails. With these new $2,000 stimulus checks joining previous pandemic relief payments of up to $3,200 per person, the government is injecting much-needed financial aid to help Americans make ends meet as the high prices and economic strain continue. Ensuring these funds get dispersed accurately and quickly to vulnerable households relying on the extra cash will be important because the real IRS will never contact you in this manner to verify payment details. Priority in the upcoming weeks. Keep checking back for any additional IRS developments. The distribution of these $2,000 stimulus payments is merely the most recent federal direct payment initiative designed to, in addition to the new $2,000 installment authorized under Biden's American Rescue Act, which brings the total potential pandemic-era stimulus funds up to $4,600 for eligible individuals, and much more for families for a retired couple receiving Social Security, shoring up the finances of Americans hit hardest by the pandemic and record inflation. Critics argue the stimulus checks contribute to rising inflation by injecting too much money into the economy, while proponents say they provide a critical financial seniors lifeline in low-income households and for those on fixed payments, which are being significantly surpassed due to the annual cost of living adjustments for Social Security and other federal benefits not keeping up with the rate of inflation, which reached 88.5% for the year ending in March 2022. Recipients of benefits have essentially seen a decrease in the purchasing power of their monthly checks due to rising consumer prices. One of the top advocacy organizations for preserving retirement benefits is the Senior Citizens League. Identified the new $2,000 payments as a stopgap measure for a gaping wound brought on by skyrocketing housing, healthcare, and grocery costs that are eating up an ever larger portion of fixed incomes. While the stimulus checks are not perfect, they do offer a brief respite and breathing room in household budgets for necessities like rent, prescription drugs, and putting food on the table. Whether Congress will approve additional future payments remains to be seen as the economic situation evolves. Despite the stimulus, the League estimates that because of insufficient cost of living adjustments, Social Security benefits have lost almost 30% of their